If you are a new viewer, I welcome you. We recently had the privilege, our network that I'm on, we had over 30 affiliates pick up this program and the programming, the 24/7 programming of the Walk TV. It's a great privilege for me to be in your living room. And I want to tell you just a little bit about myself so that this show makes some sense. And if you are a regular viewer of the program, one of our favorite people in the world, please indulge me for just a moment, okay? I am the founder of Operation Rescue. I have spent my entire adult life in the public arena fighting against the killing of babies by abortion. I've been fighting for decades against the militant homosexual marriage movement. And I have a master's degree, believe it or not, from a military university in diplomacy and international terrorism. So a good deal of this program revolves around international affairs and specifically on Islamic terrorism, on Islamic nations. And I've had my life threatened many times, had to move under duress. Had the FBI once come and warn me, local police come and warn me. So I take what we do very seriously. I take it very seriously, but I fear God more than I fear man. And there's a phrase from a great writer, G.K. Chesterton. He said, "That which is ridiculous deserves to be ridiculed." And you might remember in 1 Kings chapter 18, the prophet Elijah, who challenged the prophets of Baal to a contest. And he said, you build a big pile of wood and cut an oxen up and put it on top, and I'll do the same, and we'll call upon our gods, and the God who answers by fire, he's God. You remember that story? And when the prophets of Baal were dancing and cutting themselves, Elijah mocked them. The Bible says Elijah mocked them. Sure, he's a God. Maybe he's on a trip and you can't find him. Maybe he's going to the bathroom and he can't be disturbed. Maybe he's asleep and you just can't wake him up. So, all of that to say, you will hear me say things and see B-roll, things that we put up, that are probably a little on the jarring side for you. And the only reason it's jarring is because we've become so politically correct as a culture that when people say the truth clearly, there's a verse in Hosea that says the prophet, not that I'm calling myself a prophet, but the point of is this, that the prophet is considered a madman. In other words, somebody who speaks the truth clearly is called crazy. So you'll hear me say without equivocation, abortion is murder. Homosexual marriage is a sin against God, a crime against man. Islam is Orthodox historic Islam is a threat to human liberty, and it's incompatible with human rights as they have been given to us by God and explained in our Declaration of Independence and in our Constitution. So I hope you stay with me. If you stay with me, you'll find this refreshingly abrasive. All right, let's use that. I've got to talk about our dear friends. In fact, let's do it right now. God bless these three young men who risked their lives to stop the Muslim terrorist who could have killed dozens, scores, maybe even over 100 people. Thank God that they saw him, that they tackled him, that they knocked him out, they subdued him. And as you know, if you've seen any of the footage, they're very self-effacing. These are childhood friends taking a trip around Europe together, and by the grace and the kindness of God, they were in the right place at the right time. We have to honor them. We have to thank God for the fact that they were there and that they acted. And this is, again, if you're a new viewer, one of the things that I tend to do is take the news and then apply it to us so that we're not just sitting there as observers on our couch doing nothing, but how does this impact me? What can I learn from this? Okay? What you can learn from the situation that just happened in France, or on that train going into France, is that, number one, Muslim militants who want to kill people have a narrative. They have a storyline that they're following. And it involves the life of Muhammad and his early companions. You can also learn from this that sometimes violence is quickly in order. You can also learn from this that sometimes you have to act, and you have to act quickly. All right? If they'd have hesitated, it's very possible that they would have been dead. So when lethargy and cowardice reign in the world, when political correctness has shackled us, when fear grips us, or fear of our reputation, fear of people saying that we're too radical, when fear has literally disemboweled us, put shackles on our feet, when we see examples of courage, it's inspirational. And we need to applaud that courage, but we also need to then look in the mirror and say, what would I have done? What would I have done? Would I have been ready? And if not, Lord, what can I do and what can you do in me to make me ready? So that in an hour of trial, I'm prepared to stand. I'm prepared to risk my life in the service of God and my fellow man. I'll be right back.